here we go. Let's Shlicketty chop it, chop it, chop it, chop it. Yeah, here we go. We're at episode 70. Welcome to the Shlicketty DooCast. Super professional version there. Wow. Hire that guy, huh? Oh, here we go. I'm your host, Aaron Forsyth. Here's my buddy, Mike Anderson, coming out of the garage.
Here I am, Mark Harris on episode 70.
Doing the rope trick. Remember the rope trick?
Oh, I remember all the pantomime stuff. Remember Shields and Yarnell when we were kids on like...
Shields and Yarnell. Oh, that name. I don't remember what they did. What did they do?
They were mimes.
Oh, Shields and... Yeah,
they were on like That's Incredible. Remember
wow,
That's
that
Incredible?
Was a weird pull. I never haven't heard that term. Shields and Yarnell.
Yeah, there was That's Incredible, and then there was Real People. Remember?
Yeah. John Davidson, yeah.
Yeah, we talked about this. Sarah Purcell,
yes.
Fran Tarkenton,
and Fran Tarkenton.
Stevenson.
We couldn't remember which was which because they blur in my head.
Yeah, Real People and what was the other one I just said? That's Incredible?
That's Incredible. Yeah, John Davidson was definitely That's Incredible.
I feel like it was John Davidson, Kathy Lee Crosby, and Fran Tarkenton.
Fran Tarkenton, yes, because we knew him he was the quarterback from the Minnesota Vikings in the 70s.
From the Vikings, yeah.
He was the dude of the century.
Yeah, and then the Real People was like Skip Stevenson.
Skip Stevens.
Is it Sarah Purcell? Is that what I said?
Sarah Purcell. I don't know which one she was on.
Because That's Incredible was Kathy Lee Crosby. No, Kathy
Lee Crosby or Gifford?
No, Crosby.
Crosby.
Blonde hair.
Yeah, Kathy Lee Crosby. You're right.
Right.
Yeah.
John Davidson, Kathy Lee Crosby, and Fran Tarkenton. And then Real People was Skip Stevenson, Sarah Purcell, Byron Allen.
Byron Allen must have been like 12 then. Though.
Yeah.
He was young though.
He was real young.
Yeah.
And then there were two other guys on there. We talked about this a few months ago. I had looked it up and I was like, holy shit, yeah, because they blur in my head.
Shields and Yarnell. Yeah, I was doing the pantomime, but I was thinking of that too. Like, did you ever do the rope trick? Remember the rope trick? I don't know, guys. If I'm obscuring you, you'll let me know in the comments. But we used to do this thing where we'd go on either side of the road and we'd act like we were holding an imaginary rope. And then when a car started coming around the corner towards us, we would act like we're pulling the rope tight, and 9 times out of 10, they would stop. And then you just let go and run.
Okay, so I
love doing the rope trick.
I mostly did not do that because when I was a real little kid, like probably like, I don't know, 4, 5, 6, something like that. There were some older kids in the neighborhood. This is when I lived over close to where you live now. And as cars would drive by, they would throw pebbles at the hubcaps.
Oh, yeah, we did that.
Ding off the hubcaps.
Think, yeah.
Well, since I was like the youngest kid, I could not get the timing right to do it. So one time I just picked up a handful of gravel and whipped it at the car. And
I've done the same thing.
The person stopped and got out and fucking yelled at me. In my face.
I have the same exact story, except for I threw a handful of gravel at it was an orange Corvette, a Corvette Stingray.
Ooh.
I know. And I was right on the corner of my house. And I hit the car came to a screech, and the guy, I ran, and the car just slowly followed me. And as my little legs were carrying me home, the guy followed me home, pulled in my driveway. I ran in my house, ran in the basement, hid my toy box, and he talked to my mom.
Oh yeah, that's so. Yeah, back in the 70s, younger generations don't get it, and they all try to slag on Generation X, but you guys have no idea. Because with the world that we grew up in, corporal punishment was a real thing. Strangers could deal out corporal punishment. Yeah,
if he would have caught me, he could have literally thrown me over his knee, and no parent would have said a fucking word.
Yeah, and then when he took you home to your parents, they'll fucking spank you again.
Yeah, I don't think that one. I think that was wait till your father gets home. But I don't think my mom ever told my dad. But there's that 2-day tension of, oh my God, I'm fucking done for.
Yeah, my dad was out of town a lot for work and stuff like that. And so we were always in wait till your father gets home.
Yeah. Well, and your dad was a little strict. My dad was kind of like, he just fell asleep on the couch.
That's true. Your dad, when you were younger, was like a buyer, right? So he'd go out of town and stuff like that.
He was around, but he'd work, he'd come home and eat dinner and watch the news and then fall asleep in the chair.
Right, as dads do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
He was one of those fall asleep with the People magazine or the Entertainment Weekly while he's watching the news.
Man, periodicals. Periodicals were a big thing when we were kids still.
Yeah.
Like magazines all over the place.
We had a stack of magazines. Remember the stack of magazines by the, well, of course the bathroom had magazines.
Bathroom was like a library.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yours was.
Yeah, that shit built up in there.
Hell yeah.
You get the monthlies. You get the Reader's Digest. You get the National Geographic.
Yours had National Geographics. Yours were on order too. Yours were like, oh, there's a.
That's because it would come in. We just throw it in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And then at a certain point, me and my mom was always into like entertainment stuff like me. We started getting the, remember they'd give away the magazine subscriptions for like a penny?
Yeah.
We got Entertainment Weekly.
Yeah, we got that. We ended up getting that for like 2 decades.
Yeah.
It never stopped.
I didn't realize, I was getting that when I was out in Arizona. I didn't realize that it's weekly, so you get 4 a month. Those stack up quick.
You're right. They did stack up quick.
But they were fun though.
Yeah, and they're quick reads.
Yeah.
They were quick reads. They're good bathroom reads.
Yeah. Now it's so tiny. It's like a pamphlet. It's like 6 pages.
Yeah, I haven't looked at one in a while. And I remember getting the big Rolling Stone when it was a big magazine.
Yeah, you always did the Rolling Stones. I never really did the Rolling Stones.
Yeah, that was one that me and Chris could agree on. Like my dad would go, you guys want a magazine subscription? So we would go, I want Hit Parade or he wants Kerrang. No.
I mean, once you guys grew out of like, Cracked and Mad.
You're right, yeah. So Rolling Stone was something that the whole household could agree to.
Yeah, periodicals was a big thing.
Yeah. Yeah, but the pantomime, but the whole, man, I was thinking about the whole, the rope trick.
Oh, the thing with the rope trick, yeah, because if you do that, that freaks drivers out. They get pissed. Because they think you're doing like one of those World War II, wires between the trees things that get the motorcycle riders.
Yeah, like we had a giant garrote wire going across the fucking thing.
It was that one of those World War II movies. I remember that scene in some World War II movie. The first 10 from Navarone or something.
Yeah, and they did the clothesline. It was the clothesline.
Yeah. Yeah. The Germans going through the woods. Yeah.
There's something. I had something I wanted to run by. What happened this week? We did a bunch of stuff. You and I went. We did road trips. We'll talk about that. Oh, before we get into those though.
Yeah.
What are you wearing, Mike? What is the shirt?
Oh, look at this. This is the official Shlicketty DooCast merch.
He's wearing the Kiss shirt to the Kiss concert.
Yeah. So I'm representing the merch.
All right.
We have our merch store. I'm going to put the logo up right on the screen right now. Bing, 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 bing. Then I'm going to put the link up. I know what the link is now. I got it.
Yeah, and also I keep posting it periodically in the community post section of this YouTube page. So if you go there, join, subscribe, you'll see it. It's free. You'll see me posting, So do it.
Yeah, I had it memorized the other night, but because I hit you up and I'm like, how do you even get to the store? How do you find it?
I know. So I'm just pasting this link, this Printify link. I'm just pasting it everywhere.
Yeah.
But I keep the prices. The prices are nice and low, super affordable, good quality shirts. Mike got a couple to test market the feel of it because we want to make sure it's good. We're not going to sell you something we wouldn't do on our own.
I mean, for anybody paying attention, I wear like almost the same shirt all the time. It's these Gildan 6400 soft style shirts. I love them. They're super comfortable. I dig them. They've become my favorite shirts in the past like 6 to 12 months. That's almost all I wear anymore. And so I had said to you, if you could find these Gildan 6400 soft style shirts, I'll buy them. And so you found them and you put them on there. This one, the color's not quite right. This is the indigo heather.
Yeah, but you wanted the dark heather.
Right. So I went on there. I got the login. I went in. I was looking. I was like, there it is, navy heather. So I've got 2 navy heathers on the way right now.
With the logo?
Yeah, with the logo.
I'm going to get the black one that has that logo, but has Lucky Juarez under it.
Whoa, you got the logo and Lucky Juarez?
Lucky Juarez and the logo together. And that one's a little more money because it has the Shlicketty Doo logo on the back collar.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's a couple bucks more.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. I might do that for everybody.
There's mugs, there's also the Mr. Furley bag, there's the Farts hat embroidered. There's a Farts hat.
Now the Farts hat is a trucker hat. I wanted to mention
there's a trucker hat with a logo, and then the Farts hat.
Oh, that's right.
There's a black Farts hat.
So I wanted to mention to you, the hats that I get is what they call a dad cap. And that's these where it's more, it just fits to the shape of your head.
Right.
Because the trucker caps go up, and like I don't wear
Yeah,
those.
those are a little bit more styrofoam, not styrofoamy, but a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Different shape.
You know, those are the way all the hats were when we were kids.
Oh, yeah.
I never liked those.
No, I don't know much about hats because I'm not a hat person, so I have no idea.
I really wasn't, but then, you know, you get losing the hair and being out in Arizona with the sun and stuff, you start thinking to yourself, like, oh, I'm getting sun damage on my forehead. If you ever turn on the black light, you can see the sun damage on your forehead.
Ooh, I hate the look. I never did.
Yeah, because I got a bad sunburn one time up here, and it discolored my skin, and it's always like that now.
Wow.
So I'm like, oh, geez. So I started wearing a hat just for the sun protection of it.
Yeah,
You know,
that makes sense.
Not
It
for
makes sense
vanity.
in the heat.
Like, I know I'm losing the hair. It's a genetic thing. Like whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
What can you do?
it is what it is. I don't care. It is what
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, you came
But
to terms with it.
Gotta protect. So I normally, I wear like a black hat, but this is my show hat because the background's black. So, gotta get some contrast here. So I don't like to wear a black shirt either,
Yeah.
Gotta try and
But they're called dad caps. I didn't know that.
dad caps. So it's in the store. If you scroll down for the available items, so if you want to throw a dad cap in there.
I'll adjust. Yeah, I'll start
But,
adding to this merch store.
Because I had, when I made my own store for my band with my girlfriend, the Rhythm and the Flavor, and we made the store. I made the dad cap with the embroidered like logo on it and stuff. Actually, it was for my production company logo. It's nice with the embroidery. Those are really nice.
Yeah, I don't know how farts is. I tried to get it green. They didn't really have fluorescent green that I, wanted, but it's green. So it's black hat with the green embroidered word fart. So the farts hat could, you could, man, I tell you what, if you ever came to one of my shows wearing a farts hat,
Super fan.
dude, yeah.
We will definitely make time.
We're hanging.
We'll definitely make time to chat.
Yeah, you're getting the phone number, you're coming over for dinner. That's how you get in the VIP club. You can be my friend pretty easy.
Well, don't go crazy with it. 'Cause
Well,
we gotta save
I'm an
something
easy sell, though.
We gotta save something for the Patreons.
Yeah, you're right. I am an easy sell, though. I need validation. So if I see somebody with a shirt on, I'm like, hey.
Yeah. Like if you show up with like the merch or something like that, you're gonna get a shout out from the stage.
Sure.
You're gonna get there's a cool guy over there.
Doo-doo head.
Or a cool chick over there.
Call you a doo-doo head right there. But I know. It's funny, like in my old days, in the band days, like I'd see people with the merch on, but it was always people that you go, oh, they've been to a show. I've seen those people before. I've seen that couple before. I've seen that kid before. So you go, okay. But when there's a stranger, when you see somebody out in the wild, you're walking around Walmart or something, and you see your band shirt on a complete stranger, it's a weird, cool feeling. It's strange. It's only happened to me like 5 times, but every time I get that weird, and the vanity in me wants to go up and go, hey, how's it going? See if they recognize me.
Yeah,
but I never did. I always go the opposite way.
I kind of get that a little bit on the YouTube when I'm like scrolling through YouTube, and then all of a sudden, like either one of our videos pops up organically in the list, or some video that I worked on or edited, shows up. It's like, wait a minute, like where am I? What's happening? And it's like, oh, I'm just on YouTube.
Yeah, the vortex is opening.
Yeah, because sometimes I'll be like scrolling through, like one of my girlfriend's videos will like pop up in the algorithm list or something.
Speaking of algo, okay, so I don't know if there's any truth to this, but we were laughing about this the other day. So we do the Shlicketty DooCast, our sister show. Look for the Shlicketty DooCast. We talk about movies. We got a new one coming. So you and I were talking the other day. So we picked this one movie out of obscurity that no one's seen. It's on HBO Max, but
this was a movie
buried.
I stumbled across on Sling. I think there was a Showtime free preview weekend, and I had it on my DVR for like a year. Never watched it.
I had to search it. I had to press search to find it.
Yeah,
like, it wasn't even popping up.
It turned up on HBO, and I'm like, oh, it's on HBO now. So I mentioned it to you, and we watched it. And it's from like almost 10 years ago. It's from 2017, called The House, with Will Ferrell and Amy Poehler and Jason Mantzoukas.
Yeah, fun movie.
Yeah, and of course, there's a million movies called The House. There's a horror movie called The House. There's an old horror movie called House with William Catt. That's a good one. So, there's a million of these movies. So we did the episode, we talked about it, and we put it up on the 4th of September.
Yes.
The 5th of September.
Guess what?
I go into HBO. The hot trending movie of the day, number 1 is The House. It's The House.
Now this is the thing I question. Now we probably only got about 3,500 hits or something.
Totally, yeah.
Nothing great, nothing huge, but maybe, you go, did we, or was that just in our local algorithm of HBO?
I don't know.
But it was in number one. It was number one
I took
for
a photo
day.
of it with my phone. I'll insert it.
Okay, right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and there it is. And you go, did we affect the HBO Max algorithm with our dumb web show?
I kind of suspect that maybe we somehow did.
Yeah, because even if we got, say, 3,600, let's just say 2,700 of the 3,600, 27, we'll go 2,500, watched it.
Yeah.
They got
in that 24-hour period.
In 24 hours, if that many people bookmarked it and watched or clicked on it,
yeah,
all of a sudden it goes, their little algo goes, the house is number one, and it trends to number one in one day. It was only for a short time, but it was like
right, because it's the top 10 movies today, or
yeah,
top 10 most popular movies,
which is kind of weird. We kind of moved the dial.
Yeah, I was like, because I popped on HBO all the time, like I do.
Yeah,
and I just saw that, and I was like, whoa, the house is like why is the house the most searched for thing, or the hottest thing on HBO at the moment?
Yeah.
I was like, why would it be? Will Ferrell's not in the news.
And here was my question. The only thing, the one, I have a couple questions, but one question is, now the HBO algo, is it just for maybe our region, like our HBO in our Northwestern PA zone? Or is this a national algo?
I think it's the national.
Okay, let's call it a national algo. Let's say we affected it for one day. Okay. Yeah, because I was thinking, like, if this was records and somebody goes, oh yeah, Johnny and the Snot Rockets put out their new single today, and they had 2,500 downloads in one day.
Right.
It's going to show up on some kind of algo. Like, everyone's going to go, wow, Johnny and the Snot Rockets are really fucking rocking. Look at that. Look at their numbers. They're
right.
Getting,
Well, it's like in the old days, like if some band shows up on Letterman, all of a sudden, the next day, everybody's like, oh, let's go to the record store and pick it up.
Yeah. They're like, oh, obviously, yeah. Or like, yeah, somebody sings really good on American Idol, and the next day they're trending on iTunes,
the trending platforms.
Same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it was very interesting to correlate, because I look back, because I took the photo on the 5th, and I look back and I'm like, what was the day we released that episode? We released that episode on the 4th.
Yeah.
So it was like the next day. So I wonder if, because it's an 8-year-old movie.
Yeah,
and
it was in the dustbin. It was definitely in the dustbin of the algo.
Yeah, and if it's sitting there doing nothing, because it had only been on the platform for like, I don't know, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
It just popped up on there. That's why I was like, oh, let's do that movie, because I had it on my DVR from Sling to watch for like a year and didn't, and here it is now. It's on HBO.
And it was just definitely in the HBO dustbin for sure. Because just the timing was like, huh? And now it's number one. Come on, And this thing was nowhere to be had a week beforehand. So.
Not to say like, oh, we did it, but did we? And if we did, good job, people.
You did it, doo-doo heads.
Good job, watchers.
I know, and maybe we can do it again. This week, I think we put out Central Intelligence. We're going to review something today.
Yeah.
After we're done here with this episode, we film it. So we're going to
once again, Central Intelligence, the Rock and Kevin Hart movie.
That's an older one.
That's from 2017 as well. That's an older one. But I like it. You had mentioned Kevin Hart. You had never seen a Kevin Hart movie. And
yeah.
I like that movie. I thought it's fun. So I was like, let's do that one. And we could do. I got another Kevin Hart movie or two that lined up that we could watch.
And know what I also thought too? I've never seen. You know what I've never seen? There's a couple movies I haven't seen. I was trying to make a list of movies I haven't seen that we might be able to turn our doo-doo heads onto. I've never seen the Weird Al biography, and I've never seen Weird Al UHF. Is that any good?
UHF is super interesting.
Is it?
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't even know what to expect out of it. I have zero going into it. I don't even know, just that it's Weird Al.
Yeah, UHF is like super like low budget, almost like SCTV kind of filmmaking. But
isn't it like he inherited his uncle's movie studio, or TV show?
Cable access.
Yeah, so he's making his own shows
cable
to make
the TV station. Yeah.
Which is a fun premise.
Yeah, and it's got Michael Richards in it.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes. He plays Stanley Spadowski. He's the janitor, and he ends up on camera. He becomes like the biggest hit. He has like 3 or 4 shows. Like, yeah, it's great.
Weird Al. Yeah, so I was thinking about Weird Al, and then I was thinking about the Weird Al movies, and then there's the new biography, which is supposedly like over the top ridiculous.
Dude, that movie.
Because they're making fun of bios.
There is.
Because it's all. Because I heard when he was saying when he made it, it's like, my life isn't that interesting, so we're going to make my life interesting. Yeah.
The first act of that movie, the first like half hour, makes me laugh so hard. Because
Really?
it's like his origin story shit. It's so fucking funny.
And it's spoofy. Like
well, then it once he starts getting some success, it takes a right turn into fucking spoofy like Crazyville,
wow.
where it's sort of just ridiculous.
So
hilarity.
yeah, so maybe a couple movies down the road, put that on the list, the UHF,
Now-
and then put that one. I don't know which one would be better for these guys.
So it's called Weird. Stars Daniel Radcliffe. That's
Yeah.
Weird Al Yankovic.
Weird Al Yankovic as
It's
Weird Al
got a
Yankovic.
plethora of
Cameos.
Cameos. I mean, it's hysterical. That's a Roku movie.
Ooh.
So you can find it on the Roku channel. So if you've got some sort of Roku TV or a Roku stick or whatever, it's a Roku movie. So it's on there.
Okay.
It makes me laugh.
Yeah, I got to watch that. I know. It's funny. I'm starting to make lists of movies that I should have seen, because all through the years, I don't know if you guys are like this. I'm like this. I go, oh yeah, I watch a trailer. I go, that looks like a great movie. We got to see that. But I don't know if I want to go to the theater. Wait till it comes on HBO or
yeah.
and then I never watch it.
I used to do that too. I just make a list of them. So when they do come out, it's like, oh yeah, that's right.
Well, yeah. Or I just say it out loud, and then a decade later, I'm like, oh yeah, I should have seen that one. Yeah.
Because if you don't jot it down, it just gets pushed out by the next trailer that you see.
Oh,
You know,
for sure.
I would almost suggest we should actually do UHF and Weird together.
Really? On the same
Because,
DooCast or on the same Shlicketty Review Cast?
I mean, we
Because we keep those episodes nice and quick for a reason.
We do. But the thing is, like, they're sort of like light comedic fluff stuff. We don't want to get too much into it, right?
Yeah.
So, we could probably just talk like 10 minutes about each movie and it'd be good.
Okay.
Because we don't really need to do the setup very much. We just did the setup for UHF.
That's
Weird
pretty
Al
much it.
inherits his uncle's, cable access TV station.
Okay.
And then for Weird, it's a Weird Al Yankovic biopic, but Weird Al doesn't have much drama in his life, so they just started making shit up. That's it. Those are the premises.
Yeah.
Not much to explain.
Yeah.
So really, it's just 10 minutes about what we thought of it.
Sure.
Because I don't know that there's 20 or 25 minutes worth of talk about each of those.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
So we could do a double header.
Okay. All
those.
right. Yeah, and Weird ended with Weird. And Weird's a roller coaster enough that it kind of takes twists and turns. And you might go, oh, dang it.
Yeah, because UHF is almost like a time capsule type thing. Like
Yeah.
it was like early days of MTV sort of stuff.
Yeah, I feel like it almost felt like remember how the Corsica brothers did the David Lee Roth videos? I feel like it's kind of like that. How everything's kind of weirdly exaggerated and dreamlike and fisheye lenses and weird.
Yeah, it sort of is because they're sort of leaning into the cable accessness of it. It feels like an extended SCTV skit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So UHF is definitely sort of like a time capsule, but it's definitely worth a watch because it's sort of time capsule-y.
Yeah.
And there's a couple like sort of classic jokes and bits in there that you kind of get. So yeah, I feel like we could do a double header. It'd probably be about 25 minutes long, maybe push to 30 minutes, but I feel like we could get in and out quick on those.
Yeah, and I think I could probably get the girlfriend to watch the newer one. I don't know if
Yeah.
I could get her to watch UHF, but I could probably sneak that on my own when she's not looking.
Yeah.
Because usually with Shlicketty Review, I got to con the girlfriend like, hey, tonight we're gonna watch a movie. Like, she'll even ask me on like Monday or Tuesday, what's this week's movie?
Oh, nice. That's fun.
Yeah, so it's turning into movie night, which
Good.
is nice.
Good. Yeah. And that's sort of the whole thing.
Yeah.
These are movies that other people may not have seen.
But yeah, I
whole
can't be
lot.
picking like K-pop Demon Hunter because she's gonna be like, oh God, I don't want to watch that.
Speaking of that, I'm almost through that.
Well, let's not spoil it. Don't spoil it. I don't want to hear it.
I'm not getting into. Oops! I don't need the Wi-Fi. I just need to turn off the sounds.
Give me a blurb though, so then I can put it in hashtags.
It looks great.
Really?
The animation the lighting, it looks amazing.
I would assume so.
It's Sony Pictures Animation. They're the ones who did the Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse and all that. And I forget what else they've done, but looks great. Looks fucking great. It's very,
Is it for 13-year-old kids?
Yeah,
13-year-olds?
It's very Asian culture centric. It's set in South Korea, sort of thing. K-pop, obviously, duh.
Yeah.
So it's very much about that sort of K-pop world of the.
Is it aware of itself?
How so?
Well, when they say, okay, we're going to be a K-pop and then we're going to be demon hunters, they're aware of the cheesiness of K-pop, and is it aware of the outlandishness of saying you're a demon hunter?
No, it takes them both seriously.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
It takes them both. So it's like the main characters are Huntrix is the name of the band. It's 3 female singers.
That'd be a great metal name.
Yeah, and they're the biggest.
Huntrix.
They're the biggest K-pop band. And then their idea of demons or whatever, it's sort of very Asian culture-y sort of thing. So they're all down in hell. There's a chief evil demon sort of thing, which is just sort of amorphous, that wants to take over the world. And these 3 are, they're the big K-pop band, but they're also, with their singing, it lifts people's spirits, and so they create this like net around the world that keeps the demons in check, sort of thing. And if any slip through, then they battle them and and fuck them up. So it's that sort of thing. So then the main plot revolves around this one demon down in hell, whatever they call it. I don't know. They don't really put a name on it.
Hell.
Comes up with the idea of, we'll become a boy K-pop band. And so then they come up as a boy K-pop band, and so then they start taking attention away from Huntrix and other things.
And so as they take, then the bubble breaks, the demons are rising from the dead. Now is there a battle of the bands that's going to ensue?
Yes.
Oh, of course
yes.
There's a battle of the bands.
Yeah. And so
good versus evil in the battle of the bands. And the more the boy band wins, the more demons are getting released.
Yeah,
because
the barrier's breaking down.
The barrier that they create from. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous, but I get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's a few more like plot, twists and subplots that are going on and this and that.
Sure.
I'm not going to get into, but
They
people
say the songs are catchy. I mean, their songs are soundtracky. Everyone's loving the music for some reason. It's charting everywhere. They have like 5 #1 hits.
Yeah, that's what I heard. They had like 3 songs in the top 100 or something like that, and
Yeah, I don't know. They all sound the same to me.
and it's a Netflix movie. And I had heard on Kevin Smith's podcast that they had put it out in theaters a couple of weeks ago for 2 days, and it earned like $20 million.
Jesus Christ.
For $200 million in like 2 days. So people are loving it, and it's very much of that ilk. It's very much people looking on phones and love this, that sort of thing. But the animation's really nice. The lighting design is really nice. The backgrounds, it looks great. It's a little teeny bopperish,
How? Okay, the pacing probably fine. Now, does it get your heart rate up? So it's not one you're gonna like. All right, I'm gonna watch this on Sunday afternoon, and I'm a little hungover. Or is it gonna be like?
It is.
It is?
Yeah.
Or is it more, so when you're watching it, does it get you fired up? Like, oh my God, this is too much overstimulus? Or is it?
No, because when it gets sort of like actiony and stuff, they sort of do it stylized sort of thing.
Okay.
To where it's not as like crazy chaotic as like Into the Multiverse or whatever.
Right. Okay, that's what I was
second
wondering.
Spider-Verse movie. Because that's like.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Bananas.
It's a little bit overstimulating.
No, they keep it a little bit more like, there's action and shit jumping around, but it's not like the spinning camera or like crash zooms, nothing too crazy.
Okay, all right.
So it's definitely something that you can just pop on and watch.
K-pop Demon Hunters.
I'm into the last 10, 12 minutes of it at this point.
Okay.
Like
I said, they're pulling them out of a hat. Okay, we got dentists who are dinosaurs, and they win the lottery.
Well, it's a kind of a real interesting premise. I was thinking about it because, like I said, it's so like Asian culture-y and K-pop-ish.
Sure.
In what it does is that.
But in the anime world, the slaying the demon is a common trope.
Yeah, and it's a very like Asian way that they've done it. And I was and I was thinking, if you did this in like sort of a if you did this in a American or Westernized version of this, and you took it a little bit more seriously, this could actually be quite an interesting dark thing. Because our version in Judeo-Christian tradition of demons is a little bit different than I think the way that they look at it.
Yeah.
If you look at Japanese art, like anything with the teeth or the whatever, those are all the demons or whatever. And I guess essentially they're representing the same thing.
Sure.
But they just look at it in a little bit of a different way. You know, we look at it as like pure evil sort of thing. You know?
Yeah.
So if you had this sort of American or British band that was the most popular band around, but it wasn't K-pop. It wasn't like, you know, bubblegum stuff for the kids. Like a regular band, like a metal band, or some like Swedish like metal band.
That would be fun, yeah.
That
like
they're
a pop
actually
rock band.
hunting down demons, like dark demons.
Yeah.
Like murderous demons. Like this one's all sort of kiddie-ish.
Yeah.
And whatever.
Would they be a band like the Foo Fighters, or would it be more Blink-182?
Or
like a pop punk band, that are skateboarders.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Like, would be interesting.
We're gonna make our own.
Yeah, I mean, if you did it, just take the concept of this band that's also like fighting demons. Because I thought it would be, because they do it like where it's all like set in like Seoul, like it's all in like one town.
Yeah.
But imagine if they were out on tour. And it was almost like a version of like Road Trip / Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
Where wherever they're at for the tour, they're like,
we got to slay the Tuhuchamon.
Right, because they know that there was something here, and so they planned the tour to go to those places.
Right, where their vortexes might open up and let out one, and let out one over here, so we got a tour over here. Yeah.
Yeah, and they got a night off that they got to go and
they're going to do it. We said it first.
If you did it that way.
You talking live action, you talking animation?
If you did a live action.
All right.
That would be pretty cool.
That would be cool. I mean?
A lot of smoke.
Who would the band be, though? The band would have to be like somebody.
It could almost be anything, like whatever you felt.
You'd almost need a fun band. I think Blink-182 is too old and corny.
No, but something like that, like a 3-piece pop punk band, like a Green Day-ish type situation.
Right, you could see them doing it.
Like you could do it that way, where it's sort of like a comedy, where they're sort of goofy characters, you know what I mean, sort of slapsticky, you know, fighting the demons or whatever. But you take the demon stuff, like these are creepy demons, you know, that you fear for your soul sort of thing.
Yeah,
it could be interesting.
Ah, yeah.
So because when I first saw the movie, I was like, K-pop demon hunters, like what's up with that? And that's what I thought it was going to be, but it turned out to be very, you know, pop sensibility sort of thing.
Yeah.
To where
you think they'll make it? It'll be so popular because it already is. Imagine if they made a live action version of it.
It wouldn't surprise me
if they did,
because the character designs are so pretty and anime style. You know, like the boy band, they got these big broad shoulders and then these tiny skinny little waists and legs. And shit like, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's all so stylized and you know, it's silly.
Yeah, I wonder if they would do a live action version.
Although I did sort of, so the main 3 girls in Huntrix, you do sort of get to where
that's a great band name.
Where you get to know their personalities a little bit.
Yeah.
And I sort of like their personalities a little bit. And it's all very cookie cutter.
Sure.
You know what I mean? You got the main one, then you got the hard ass one, and then you got the one who's
the tech one, the smart nerdy one.
She's goofy cute sort of thing.
Yeah.
But the goofy cute one is the one that does the lyrics. You know what I mean?
Right.
And the hard ass one is just like, you know,
the drummer.
No, they're all 3 singers. See, that's the thing. They weren't an actual band. They're just 3 singers.
Oh, I see. Now, what are they doing for bands? Are they just playing the tracks?
Just playing tracks.
Just playing tracks.
So it's that they're supposedly singing in 3-part harmonies. I didn't really hear any 3-part harmonies. I just heard them like just the different timbres of the voices stacked up. Oh,
you're right. Yeah.
It wasn't really like chorale, like soprano, alto, tenor sort of situation.
Okay.
But once again, I think it's an interesting concept that.
So it doesn't get the Gong Show for you. It's not like cringe. Like what are we coming to? Or is it more like, I see why they made this.
It's cringy in the K-poppy, made for the teeny boppers sense. Like the first half hour, it's very cringy with
Like, you would have loved it when you were 15.
the phones and emojis. I wouldn't have.
I mean, I remember that when we were
I'm not the
kids,
target audience.
they tried to put, like gem and holograms on us, and we were like, gem and holograms, get real.
Yeah.
I ain't falling for that,
But even still, like you could make it like a Scottish 3-piece girls punk band who also hang out in cemeteries fighting demons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It would work.
Yeah,
depending
almost
on
like
the tone.
they kind of did it with the newer version in like the early 2000s. I love this soundtrack, and I hate to say it. I'm going to say this out loud. Josie and the Pussycats.
Oh, that movie with Rachel
Yes.
Lee Cook?
Now, a lot of the songs were produced and written by the Schlesinger guy from Fountains of Wayne, who wrote
really?
the Stacey's Money. Yeah, he's dead now. He died of COVID, but he's an amazing songwriter, pop songwriter, and he produced and wrote a lot of these songs. And the band he had doing was this alt band from the early 2000s called. You remember a band, Letters to Cleo?
Yeah.
Letters to Cleo is doing the songs, but these songs are really good. The choruses are perfect. They almost sound like chicks doing Cheap Trick,
Yeah.
And it was just, I love the soundtrack. Really good.
Yeah, no, that
I
stuff
was
can
like,
be very
this is
effective.
done right. Wow, they actually nailed it.
Yeah, and that's
can
always
listen to these songs.
That's always the difference. That's the sort of the cutting edge in those sort of movies.
Yeah.
Is the songs, because if they do the songs right and the songs are sort of solid enough to stand up on their own,
Yeah.
it's like this isn't bad.
Yeah, this is one. So I'm going to wreck that, guys. The Josie and the Pussycats soundtrack. I don't care about the movie. I'm just talking
The
the
movie was sort
soundtrack.
of goofy-ish.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. But the soundtrack. Pick it up, or at least do it on YouTube. It'll do a playthrough down here. Just type
We
it
gotta
in.
get some merch links.
Yeah, that would be fun. Yeah, we should.
We should get affiliate marketing links.
I'll give them a hashtag on this episode.
We should become affiliate marketers like Amazon or something. Amazon's just a shit show. Anyway.
No, but
Anyway,
it would be funny. Yeah.
But yeah,
Well,
the K-pop Demon Hunters is, it is for you and me. It's definitely something you could just put on a Sunday morning and just sort of, watch and see what's
Okay.
what. Like I said, the first 15, 20 minutes is sort of like it's eye rolling, like, oh boy, brother. But and I actually watched it in segments. You know what I mean? I watched like the first 30 minutes, and I came back to it like the next day and watched like I put it on while I'm like making food or whatever.
Sure.
But it looks great.
Okay. All right.
Animation and all that. Like I said, the character design, it's anime exaggerated, whatever, but the skin tones, the lighting looks amazing. The backgrounds and shit like that, like, looks great.
The motion doesn't get blurry or nothing weird.
No, the motion's actually done really well.
Sony, they got the budget for that.
Yeah. And like I said, to a certain point, the personalities of the girls, you start to get to know who they are and stuff like that. It's okay. It's okay. It's not terrible by any stretch. But I'm definitely not the target audience.
No, we're not. But I mean, well, that's the whole thing. The doo-doo heads are the same way, and most of the doo-doo heads are kind of in our world. But when you think about it, you go, well, let's watch something we wouldn't normally watch, because like you and I would go, okay, it looks like Spinal Tap's on, we'll watch Spinal Tap, but that's too easy. Let's try something different. Something we haven't seen, something we missed.
Yeah. Well, like I said, when I first saw it pop up on Netflix, I was like, K-pop Demon Hunters, and that idea of like
Sure.
a band on tour, taking out demons
Yeah.
as they travel. I'm like, okay, what are we in South Korea? Let's go on a tour of South Korea.
Let's do this. Let's do that.
But then once I got into it, it was sort of almost like, like I said, it's sort of very Asian-y, where it's sort of at times it feels Japanese-ish, at times it feels Chinese-ish, but I know it's all in Korea or South Korea, So it's all that sort of, aesthetic to how they view that sort of stuff, or whatever. Like the demons felt very Japanese-ish stuff.
All right. Okay. All right.
But yeah, it's cool. It's definitely worth a watch.
What? Oh, before we get into the last segment, I wanted there's something, because you took some footage, and this is something I wanted to talk about it real quick.
Oh yeah.
We did a little road trip the other week.
Yeah, so last week we had gone out to the Gem City Renaissance Festival.
All right, we talked about that.
Yeah, and we popped footage in that. That all came out good. And then the next day I said to Aaron, I'm like, this is the last day of the season because it was Labor Day weekend. So our local, okay, if you don't know this, where we are.
Northwest Pennsylvania.
We're in Northwest Pennsylvania. We are in a region that from up in New York State, or from your point of view, up in New York State, over to middle of Ohio, this is where the idea of weekends and vacations started. This is where...
Wow.
So
I wouldn't go that far. I can't claim weekends.
in the...
We thought of the word vacation. We put the V in front of the A.
There are TV shows about this on the History Channel.
All right. I
So
always
in
thought the Upper Adirondacks, we used to do that, you know.
In the 1800s, people worked 6 or 7 days a week.
All right.
It wasn't until they started to get union organized, which came out of the steel plants in Pittsburgh, that they started to get 2 days off, only working 5 days a week,
Oh, yeah,
which
unionized,
gives you
yeah.
a weekend.
Yeah, and the thought of the weekend became a thing.
Then also around that time, you had John Muir and all these sort of the naturists that started to be into preserving the natural world.
Okay.
They came up with the idea of camping.
Okay.
So, which morphed into these camping resorty areas. So,
True.
from up the road from us in New York State, you
Upper
have
New York State, I feel like, has
Chautauqua.
more than us.
You have the whole Chautauqua area.
Yeah.
That's still a thing to this day. Going over in Ohio, where they have Sandusky, Ohio, in Cedar Point.
Cedar Point.
So this whole stretch along
Yeah.
along Lake Erie, this is where people came from downstate Ohio, downstate Pennsylvania, and downstate New York.
Okay.
They would come up here for campings, vacations, weekends.
Sure.
So this whole thing is up around this area. Anyway, so that's why up around here you get all sorts of amusement parks all over the place.
We do.
All sorts of
we have
state parks,
campgrounds.
yeah.
And small time, you know, ice cream stands and events and biker rallies
And stuff that's been here
outdoor
for, like,
concerts and beach things.
over 100 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Erie, we have
here in Erie, we have this little amusement park called Waldemere.
Waldemere.
And I don't know, when did it start? Like 1926 or something?
Yeah, it's been around since our parents were kids.
I mean, yeah, it's like amazing. I mean, so it's like they had one of the original, like, you know, wooden roller coasters,
Yeah.
like this sort of thing. So anyway, so Waldemere's here in Erie.
So
Little
Google it,
amusement park.
Waldemere.
Yeah. Little amusement park here. It's only open during the summers, whatever. So when we were kids, you know, we went there and whatever, and they were like, I don't know what, 8, 9, 10 rides.
Sure, yeah, it was kind of goofy, kind of corny, but we went anyway just because it was in town.
Because when you're a little kid, like below 10, it's like, oh my God, it's
Oh, the
Waldemere.
paratrooper! Oh my
Right?
God! Oh, sky ride!
Yeah, but then after you go to Disney World or whatever, you're like, this place, you know?
Yeah.
So I hadn't been there since, I don't
Okay.
know, like, because you used to go there for class trips and stuff like that
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah. They would bring us. Yeah, they'd ship us down there.
It
Yeah.
was fun when you go with like your whole class from
Yeah.
school or whatever. So I hadn't been there since, I don't know, 5th or 6th grade or something like that. So it's been a long time.
Yeah, you haven't been there. I've been watching it. I've lived down there, so I know I've been seeing the progress go on. It's also attached to a water park.
Yeah, they put in a water park, 20 years ago?
Yeah,
something
which
like
is
that.
going hot.
Yeah,
People love the
massive
water park. But they've been upgrading. So here we go. We wanted to go, you know, and Tina and I, we always do once a year, Labor Day weekend, we go, we got to ride the wooden the Ravine Flyer. Let's go ride the Ravine Flyer. So we do it once a year. We have this gift card that we've been using for since the Clinton era. And it's got money on it. We've been using it. And we rode it, had a good time.
Because back in the day, we used to go and you get this ride-a-rama. And they put a string on your wrist with a little metal thing,
yeah.
and they'd stamp it with this ink that smelled a certain way.
Yeah, it was like a glow-in-the-dark ink.
Yeah, and so that's how you got in. But apparently now, they don't charge to get in.
No.
They only charge
It's free to
ride the
get
rides.
in, and you have a credit card like a zip card. And when you want to ride a ride, well, when you want to load it, you just walk to a stanchion, you load up the kiosk with, okay, I'm going to put Wally bucks on it. I'm going to put in $20 in Wally bucks, you know, and you just
And
fill
that'll
up this
last you,
card.
you know, depending on how many rides you ride.
Yeah.
Like you guys go and you ride like one ride last few years.
Yeah. We had like $70 on this card, and it seemed to last us like, this is our 4th season on it.
Yeah, so because like there's no charge to get in or whatever,
Yeah.
we decided to go over and check it out. I was badgering Aaron. I'm like, we got to go. It's the last day. They're going to close it tomorrow for the season. So we got to go. So we're here at Waldemere Park and Water World, hanging out in some good weather.
Shack, rotting wood. We've never rode a roller coaster yet. We're doing it. We're going in.
All right.
See, we got jacked on the, we gotta fix our Wally cart. We got jacked on the, we'll explain that.
Yeah, we were going to do the roller coaster, but they had to shut it down. So here we are. So yeah, so this is Waldemere. We came, we checked it out. Weather's nice today.
Not too bad. Kind of fun, nice day.
Yeah. Yeah, haven't been here since I was like a little kid, so it's fun to come here. So there you go.
Yeah.
Waldemere Park and Fun Zone.
Yeah.
All right. Back to the show.
And I like the, so we went on review, we did Scrambler. I love Scrambler.
Scrambler's a classic.
It's a classic. You'll see it. You'll see a picture of it. The girlfriend hates me because I yell Scrambler on the Scrambler. You gotta yell Scrambler. So when you're zooming around centrifugal force, I'm yelling Scrambler, Scrambler. And all the kids are like looking at me like, what's with that guy? You know, but it's funny. So, they have a wooden roller coaster called the Ravine Flyer 2. So you can actually do a ride along on the Ravine Flyer.
Yeah, somebody put a video on YouTube.
Pretty cool, pretty cool.
Because they don't let you do that. They actually have signs that say, if we see a phone in your hands, we're going to boot you out of the park and not let you back in.
Yeah. So there we are. Okay, so he's got some footage here. You'll see of us, you know, walking up. All right, here we go. We're going to ride the Ravine Flyer. Ding, ding, ding. I'm all excited. I'm thinking to myself, I'm giggling to myself inside because I haven't rode a roller coaster with Mike since we were fucking 14-year-old stoners.
Yeah. Well, I mean...
you and I went to Waldemere a few times, and maybe as we were 15, 16, that, you know, to see concerts. Yeah, we...
Yeah.
But we didn't ride anything. We just kind of stood under the tree and smoked.
Yeah, they have a indoor pavilion called Rainbow Gardens. We used to go see concerts there.
Some local bands would play. Yeah. So, you know.
Which local bands? Dirty Looks.
Yeah. And so we'd go there. But Ravine Flyer was good. But here's the footage. So we're walking up the Ravine Flyer. He's filming me. We're giggling. I'm giggling inside. I'm gonna ride a flyer. Like, beep, beep. We get in the car. So now these are small quarters. Mike's a big guy. I'm like, oh man. Then I started getting worried. I thought I was like, you know, I don't want to be mean, but I was hoping they weren't going to go, sir, you're going to have to, move to the back of the bus here, or.
Oh no, there were way fatter people than me on there.
Okay, so but they crunched us in. We're all in there, and I'm looking at Mike.
But it was a tight fit.
It was a tight fit.
Sat down in those little seats. I was like, oh my God, my claustrophobia set in.
Yeah,
I
you
almost
looked
wanted to
worried.
bail.
I looked over at Mike, and Mike's looking at me, and he's just got this look on his face like.
That was me running through my mind. I should just get out of here right now.
Yeah.
Like this is good.
And I go, you all right? And you go,
It's kicking off my claustrophobia, but I was like, we're outside. It's going to start in like 3 seconds. We'll be outside. We'll be moving around. I won't even be thinking about it.
Yeah.
I'll be glad to have this thing around me, as we do the thing.
And I go, Mike, you all right? And he goes,
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't say a word. You were just kind of,
Yeah.
You looked a little nervous.
The claustrophobia.
And I'm laughing to myself. I'm like, oh, this is going to be great. This thing's going to blow his tits off. This is
When
going to be
I
great.
went to get in, I banged my knee getting in. It was so like,
Yeah, it was tight.
in.
Yeah, and going down in there, I had a hard time getting out.
Yeah.
So there we are. We're sitting there, and we're like, all right, the bars come down. You know how they walk by and kind of make sure the bar's tight.
We're locked and loaded, ready to go, just waiting for it to take off.
And apparently one thing way at the back, one of them wouldn't lock tight.
It was stuck up. They couldn't get it down at all.
So they're like, excuse me, just as a safety precaution, we're not able to lock down the vessel, so we are going to have maintenance come up here.
I think he actually said, you don't want to hear this, but
yeah.
we can't take off.
Yeah, so him and I, and of all we're second in line in the car. We're in the car, fastened down, and we're second. There's these two girls in front of us.
Yeah.
So we would have, it would have blown your face off. It would have been fun.
Yeah.
But, so they're like, you're gonna, maintenance coming. So the maintenance guys come up. We're in this thing, and it's like, all right, you're gonna have to get out.
Because they have everybody get off, right?
Yeah. So we had to
and
get
they actually
off.
had cubbies on the far side where you could put your sunglasses, your hat, your cell phone, shit. And so that so they go, everybody's got to disembark. So we get off, grab our stuff. Then we're all waiting on the platform.
Yeah.
To see if it's going to be a quick fix.
Yeah.
Or if it's going to be an issue.
Yeah. So we're kind of hanging out because there's not a lot of people. There's about 30 people there. It wasn't crazy.
Not too bad.
Yeah,
because I was all like, Aaron's like, you want to ride it? And I'm like, I don't want to stand in line. And he's like, it'll go quick. Yeah, we got up, we got right in line. People loaded, they took off in the car. We were right next.
Yeah, you could literally get off and then walk around and get back on.
So they have two trains, the red train and the blue train.
Yeah.
So we were in the red train. So then maintenance guys come up, the back thing won't go down. They look at it for 2 seconds and they're like, nope, this ain't good. And they're like, okay, this ain't fine.
But blue train is off in the distance, is coming into the roost.
Yeah, it's on the track over here. Those people are just sitting there in the sun baking for like, what, 15 minutes?
At least, yeah. And then as finally the girl's like, well, sir, we're going to have to get off. So you and I are get a refund on our car. We're going to get off the thing. We're going back the way we came in, the entrance. And you look up and you could see the blue cart. And there's the maintenance guys lifting the things, and the people are walking off the track on this one.
On the track.
Yeah, which I've never seen that ever. It's kind of like, wow, I've never seen.
Dicey.
Yeah. It's kind of like, I've never seen, all the years of Walmart, you hear about stories of like, oh, the roller coaster stopped and never happened.
Usually at the bigger places like Busch Garden, there's like a side track. They would have pulled that red car off to the side, pulled the blue one in so people can get out.
Yeah.
If we had been in that blue car and we were stuck up there for like 15 minutes, I would have been snapping.
Oh, I wouldn't have been.
But the thing is, they got the shoulder harness and shit on. You can't move.
Yeah,
That's
they buckle you down.
Yeah. Oh. Then even when they told us we had to get out, it was like, because you got to push down on the chest harness and then release it. And we're trying to push down on it. It's not releasing. And
it's like, no. Yeah. And it was kind of,
Oh my God.
And getting out of the thing is like, oh, okay, here we go. I'm like an old fuddy-duddy trying to get out of there.
Yeah. Oh my God.
But so we did not get to ride the Ravine Flyer. That's the point. I got Mike all the way there, hat off, glasses in the bin, and ready to go.
If anything, I kind of always loved the dark rides. There are two dark rides. The Wacky Shack and the Pirates Cove.
Yeah, but there's no adrenaline there.
No, Pirates Cove you walk through.
Yeah.
But that was always sort of fun. And there were always like particular smells. Like
rotting wood and like
grease,
old sand.
Like axle grease and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But Wacky Shack, you ride through, that was shut down.
Yeah.
That one wasn't. No, wait.
No, it was going. It was going. That did.
Pirates Cove was shut down.
Yeah, Pirates Cove was shut down. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, these were there when we were kids. I mean, these are old rides. So.
Yeah, rotting wood, the probably safety concerns.
Yeah,
But
something probably broke something.
But I rode the Ravine Flyer 2 days before that.
Yeah.
So I was all amped up. I was like, Mike, you're in for a treat. Because I tell you, this thing was balls out.
Because we went there with no plans to ride anything.
And an old school wooden roller coaster. And this ain't no like your grandma's roller coaster. This is balls.
They had a sign there, and they were saying that it's got a 120-foot drop, which I believe the Loch Ness Monster in Busch Gardens has a 120 or 180-foot drop.
Yeah.
Which that's substantial.
It takes your breath away.
Didn't it say it had like some loops or corkscrews or something?
You don't go upside down, but
No.
boy, it'll throw you on the side to where you think you're like, boom.
Because it's a classic flat, it's a flat track roller coaster.
And
It's
it does not
the
let
tubular
go.
bars where it has the wheels on top and bottom, like Loch Ness Monster and Williamsburg. This is like a flat track, you know.
Like, you know, all roller coasters, you seem to like, it takes your breath away. You do hump, 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 loop, loop, loop. And there's always a halfway point where you go, you can catch your breath. This one has no catch your breath.
Yeah.
It just fucking flogs you. And
But there is a video on YouTube of somebody.
yeah, so watch it.
Yeah, somebody.
Ravine Flyer 2.
Yeah, somebody somehow got the okay to film the whole thing.
I almost had Mike there. It was going to be so fun.
Yeah, we were there locked and loaded.
And we
Ready
had to
to
walk
shut
off.
up.
We didn't do it.
Yeah.
But next year, so there's always next year, and I'll have things on the card. So that was fun. So
Yeah.
that was kind of fun. Yeah,
Yeah, so that was a trip.
yeah, we did Waldemar. What else do we got going on?
So what do we want to do? Show the video now, or should I have shown the video earlier? Probably shown the video earlier. I'll stick the video in before we start talking about the whole
Sure.
Ravine Flyer thing.
Blender on in there. Fix it in post.
Fix it in post.
Improv.
Yeah. But yeah. So I was just shooting with my cell phone.
Yeah.
I checked out the footage. Like, oh, all good. It was nice.
Oh, and another little minor thing. I'm gonna this week. I got my first. I'm taking improv classes, Mike. I don't even know how that's gonna go. I don't know. I said yes to it. You know.
Okay, so wait. So let's set this up. So these are improv classes.
Improv classes.
At the Erie Playhouse.
Sure.
Which
Who knows?
is our local theater company.
Yeah, it's like a theater. Yeah, second floor of the theater, but it's a theater. It's
But
these are theater people.
This is the theater company, and they put on plays and whatnot.
Yeah, pretty good. Right now, My Fair Lady's playing. You know,
Right.
that
So
kind of thing.
I love My Fair Lady. Is that it? No, not My Fair Lady.
My Fair
The
Lady.
Music Man. I like the Music Man. I've never seen My Fair Lady.
Yeah,
That's
what's
one with
on
Eliza
now this
Doolittle.
week.
I mean, I don't know the movie Rex Harrison.
Yeah.
The Eliza
I mean,
Doolittle.
I'm not. Yeah, but the Playhouse is a pretty big deal. It's
But they always do musicals.
It's just I'm going to be around theater people. They have no idea I'm a comic. They have no idea I have music pedigree.
Wait a minute. Your preconceived notions are off the chain here. You're going to be around theater people. There's going to be one instructor,
Yeah.
maybe a co-instructor. Those are going to be the only theater people.
Okay.
I guarantee you, 80% of that audience is just going to be regular people off the street.
Okay, well, we'll see what happens. I don't know what to expect. So I'll give you a progress report on what happens. I don't know if I'm going to walk into a room of like 8 people. Like these could be housewives and
That's what I
old
think.
theater heads that I'm thinking they're going to be old theater heads from the 80s and 90s that just go, you know what, I'm bored. Let's take a class.
I don't know, man, because a lot of those theater people that dig this sort of community theater sort of stuff, they like the sort of musical classics, which improv is sort of a post-70s, 80s thing. It's an SNL thing. It's an SCTV thing. It's an Upright
Sure.
Citizens Brigade, Groundling sort of thing. It's sketch comedy sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Where a lot of this improv stuff comes from. There's not a lot of improv in My Fair Lady. There's not a lot of improv in theater.
But I'm sure they're aware of it. Maybe they're not. Maybe it's just like a poster on the corkboard in the hallway, and
Yeah.
none of them notice it.
Now, out in Arizona, in Mesa, where we were living, right there in downtown Mesa, pre-COVID, there was a improv sketch comedy
Yeah.
troupe. They had a storefront. They put on shows all the time. So we knew the people that were down there that ran it. So we would go down there and watch stuff, and they do like a holiday show and
That
this
sounds
sort
fun.
of stuff.
But
Yeah.
this is where, like, me as a comic now, I liken being a comedian is kind of like you're in a band in a weird way, but you're writing song. Imagine writing songs and getting out there and doing it by yourself. Now, improv, to me, is like, I'm going to join a jam band, and we don't have any songs written. And tomorrow's the gig, and we're going to go, hey, man, let's just jam like a bunch of deadheads. You know, it's like improv is improvisational. So there's no scripts. I come from a land of scripts. I come from a land of rehearsal. I come from a land of things being readied, baking the cake before you eat the cake.
Yeah, but also there's a parsing of, because I said to you, like the master of improv is Jason Mantzoukas. Like, he was in like Upright Citizens Brigade.
Sure. I've been reading the UCB book.
And he teaches it there and stuff like that. He was in the house. I love Jason Mantzoukas. He's hysterical. And so I found a couple of videos online where he was being interviewed, and he was talking about the improv process.
Yeah.
And he was talking about things. And and there was the excerpt that you sent me from the UCB book that you had.
Yeah.
Where
there's short form and long form.
Because people think about improv, and we think about things like, whose line is it anyways?
Yeah, that's more short form.
Which is short form, which is fun. They're like games. And that's all sort of comedy centered. But what they were talking about in that UCB book in the intro was that they do long form, which, and Jason Mantzoukas was talking about that at UCB, they will do a 60-minute improvised scene.
Ooh, 60 minutes.
Now, when you're doing a 60-minute improvised scene, it's not about the comedy.
No.
You can't hang your hat on the comedy.
No.
You have to be about character and story. And about, everybody knows yes and, but there's also these other tenets of exploring what's said and digging into it and unpacking things, you know? And it really, I think it has to hang its hat on the character and the story of what the character's got going on.
Sure. And what the random call out is going to be, too.
Right. And I feel like the comedy bits, because Mantzoukas was talking about, the thing that kills the improv quickest is trying to be funny.
Yes.
Kills it. So I feel like the comedy comes organically from the scenario. And so it's like, you can't be trying for the joke.
Oh, yeah, I'm not going to go there. Yeah, they say, trying to be funny is going to be the death of every scene.
Yeah, the death of every scene.
You can't. You got to and it's not about you. You got to hold everybody else up. We're all doing this together. So you're just a cog in the wheel.
Yeah.
So it's all got to move together.
Yeah, and so it really is sort of, listening and being in the moment of sort of just buying into the reality of it and just being genuine and just doing like the yes and to keep things moving along and delving into things.
Yeah, I got to admit, I'm terrified. I'm actually terrified. I've never been nervous before. I don't get nervous, but this is making me nervous because it's way out of my wheelhouse.
But I feel like you're putting a lot of undue pressure on yourself.
Oh, I'm nervous. I know.
Number one, it's a class. It's not a test.
No.
Right? It's not like you're going there to try to get into an improv group.
No.
If that were the case, then your feelings on it would be justified. But it's a class.
Well, in the back of my head, I always think, oh yeah, I'm great at it, and they're going to ask me to join the next, in a year from now, I'm teaching classes. But no, it's not going to work like that. It's just fan fiction.
Yeah, they're going to teach you whatever you need to know. And number two, nobody knows you're a stand-up comedian. I mean, shit, you might get there. There may be 3 or 4 other, stand-up comedians from in town there too. You never know.
Oh, I hope not.
I hope not too. Because you don't have to live up to any metric.
No.
Like, you don't have to try and be funny. You don't have to try and be the funniest. In fact,
I'm going to try not to. I'm going to try to be normal. I'm just going to be a normal guy. Yeah. The key to improv is just to be present and just in the moment. And I feel present and aware. And be aware of what's going on and just
that's the thing, is to buy into the reality of the scene and just live that,
Yeah.
Because I feel
so by the time this episode's out, I would have already done it. It's going down in 2 days. Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Well, we're filming it. We're filming this today, so in 2 more days I'll be there.
All right, that'll be
so
fun.
by the time this is released, I will have done it. So I'll have an update for you next week.
So next week we'll hear about it.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting.
You never know. I could just I don't know. Maybe the ceiling will cave in. I won't get to do it, or maybe I'll run scared, or maybe I'll get up there and
No, because I feel like The advantage that you're going to have over, I bet most of the people walking in there. Now, it could be wrong, like you say. If it is the theater people who have done like 3 or 4 musicals or whatever, and they feel like this should just be another feather in their cap.
That's what I think it is. That's what I think we're going to be
you may
doing.
not have as much of an advantage here, but like you've been on stage, like most people, like the talking in public is like people's biggest fear.
No.
You and me, we've been on stage in front of people since we were like 12,
Yeah, I don't
years
fear
old.
that. No, I can walk. Yeah, I can walk up.
You've done it in bands. You've done it leading bands. You've done it solo. You've done it.
Yeah, no, that doesn't. I actually get more nervous on less people. When there's 8 people in the room, I'm more nervous than 300. 300 to me is like, wow! I'm just like swimming in a sea of people. I love that. But 8 people that I know 2 of them, or 8 people I got to be good for, that shit makes me nervous. That's where I get a little squirrely in the guts.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing. This idea of being good for them.
Yeah.
For this to be good
Yeah.
is just to believe in the reality of the scene.
Yeah, I think the key to winning improv is just to not be bad. Don't stop the flow. You just gotta kind of. It's to me. I see it like hacky sack. Remember when we used to play hacky sack?
Oh, yeah.
And you'd hack me the ball, and I'd kick the ball, and I'd kick it over there. The key is just don't let.
Sometimes
the ball...
you kick it 2 or 3 times. Sometimes you kick it right back.
Yeah, but the key is we're all in the circle. You don't want the ball to hit the ground.
Right. Yeah. That's it.
So I think of improv like that. It's
That is.
hacky sack, and I'm gonna do my little thing. I'm gonna move it over to you.
Yep.
And we're going to keep doing it. And then, it hit the ground. I'll pick it up and I'll serve this one, and I'll serve it to you.
Because I think in that sort of scenario, when you've got the ball, when you've got the hacky sack, we can see whether you're going to kick it right back once, one kick, or if you're going to right foot, left foot, right foot, and then kick it off, right?
Yeah.
And so being in the moment is the sensibilities to read the other person and don't jump the gun.
Yes.
Don't jump the gun and try to get another line in.
Or finish their sentence or take over. It's not about your ego. It has nothing to do with taking over. No, this is just moving the wheel down. It's your turn.
Yeah, and you really do have to sort of be in the moment and think about it like a conversation. That's why Mantzoukas is so great at it. Because most of the stuff that you see him doing in movies, like, he's just making that shit up. Which is hysterical because he's very natural at it.
Yeah.
And in the house, like almost everything he was doing in the house, like I know Mantzoukas from that How Did This Get Made podcast I listened to for years with him, Paul Scheer, and June Diane Raphael. And they're all UCB people.
Paul Scheer, they're all UCB guys.
And it's really good. And especially when they started doing the How Did This Get Made live shows, where it's live in front of an audience and they're talking about bad movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's hysterical, But I think it'll be fun. Don't force it. Don't push it. Don't go in with expectations. All you got to do is be aware, be in the moment.
That's the idea. Yeah, just be present.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's hacky sack. I'm just gonna move it along. But I'll let you know. I like I said, it could be a revelation, the next chapter of Aaron, or it could be, check off the old bucket list. Who knows?
No, I think it'll be good for you. I think because you've been doing the comedy stuff as solo gig, for a while.
And I have been terrified. Like when somebody goes, "Hey, you want to co-host?" and I'll go, "I don't know. I kind of do this thing by myself." Or like interacting with people has always been kind of weird for me in comedy land. So,
Yes. I think it'll definitely help with that.
I want to be natural there. I'd love to get into theater, because stand-up comedy will only take you so far. It is my one love, but you're only going to go so far with it. So you got to get other skills. That's why we do podcasts. That's why I'm going to do improv. That's why you do everything from karaoke to being in a band to writing a book, a blog, a thing, Comedians have to have more than just the stand and deliver. Stand and deliver is great, and that's going to be your meal ticket, but I'm finding now that I'm a decade into the journey, you go, okay, well, it looks like, I can keep doing it, but you got to add some more flavor to the soup, or the soup is just going to be chicken noodle soup the whole time.
No, and I think
and that's why I want to do improv, because I think this will be something, an extra element.
Well, hopefully what you get out of it is the ability, like I said, it's got to be about character and scenario.
Yes.
Which is the keys for like writing stuff.
Yes.
And I feel like that is what may unlock some things in your creative process to where you can get to funnier, more teased out, longer bits.
Yes.
You know, because you always sort of come up with, we have these sort of cartoon brains.
Uh-huh.
And it's easy to come up with, you know, Stan the Canned Ham or something like that. You know?
Yeah, but they're little spurts. They're
Little
not
spurts.
They're not like, you know how Will Ferrell, they say he's almost methody, that he'll stay in that character for hours.
Or John C. Reilly or something.
Yeah. They're you know, I've never done that. You know, like sometimes I'll walk around doing a silly voice all day, and
Sure.
but I mean, I'd like to expand. Just kind of get a little bit more.
Well, that's the thing.
Make the engine bigger.
Coming up with a character, an idea of a character, and then making that character more than just a one gag thing.
Right. Yeah.
You know, you got to find different aspects and facets to that character.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, people may be watching and think, well, what the fuck does Mike know about any of this? So I had written a play based on a game show. So it was a game show play. And we used to do it live. We had a cast of 10 people.
Yeah.
And we used to do it live every month. We did it for a year until COVID fucking brought everything to an end. And that's why we were talking.
It was called Game On, Game Off or something.
Game On, Game Off was what the name of it was.
But you were still in Arizona, because I remember Zooming with you about it.
Yep. Yeah. And so my girlfriend was the director. I basically wrote the thing, put it on. I wrote the whole third act on a train going between London and Scotland. We were over there in 2014. And so my girlfriend, she's got a doctoral degree, but she had her master's in playwriting, and so she's been doing plays and directing plays and all sorts of stuff. And I did sound design for 8 or 10 plays that she directed and stuff like that. And so she would always do these, because half of the game show play was improvised. Mm-hmm. So we had some written scenes that went on backstage, and then we would pull people from the audience to be contestants, and we would play the game. When we were playing the game, there's no script. That's all improvised. And so we would do things like, we had a casting call one time, and some people came in, and there was this one kid that came in. His name was, I forget what his actual name was, but his shortened version of his name was Chai, C-H-A-I. And he came in, and he was like new to acting and stuff like that. And so in working with my girlfriend and she would do these sort of improv exercises and stuff like that, these actor exercises where the people could get used to each other, feel confident in each other, and sort of get warmed up to the whole process. This kid started really taking to it. Mm-hmm. And there were a couple of shows, because there were written bits where it's like, oh, tell us about, tell us about this section of your backstory. And that's unscripted. So at that point,
but that was his prompt. So right on stage, you'd go, all right, whatever. What was his fake name?
So we had these character archetypes. One of the character archetypes was a former child actor who got to 12 and wasn't cute anymore and didn't get into jobs anymore because he wasn't cute. So he went away for like 10, 15, 20 years, and now he's coming back to Hollywood to try and restart his acting career, right?
Okay.
And so that was the character. So then his prompt at this one point was, what did you do after you stopped acting? Right?
All right.
And so the general thing was, oh, he went, up to Northern California, living in the woods, doing whatever. So that's sort of the general rough idea. So because I had said to him, I'm like, go nuts with it, man. Like make it wacky, make it wild, right? So he started getting into it. This one time, he made up this fucking wacky story. I can't even remember what it was, but I was laughing my ass off because it was just so wild. He's like, I'm up in the woods. I'm living with the bears. I was raising honey. They kept stealing it. So I started chasing off it was just like one thing after another. It was hysterical.
Just off the simple prompt of yeah.
Yeah, it was like,
what have you been doing?
Yeah,
past 6 years.
With it, yeah. Yeah. So we did a lot of that stuff for like a year, and it was a good time.
Well, plus I think you're qualified. That's why, like, even though you're not a stand-up, and really, actually, you're my friend, so I technically don't seem my stand-up isn't funny to you, but I can ask you certain things. I'm like, what'd you think of that joke? And you'll say, it needs more front porch, or it doesn't have enough front porch, or your turnaround is too obvious. You know, you're comedy adjacent because you know movies, you know comedy,
my brain takes things apart. Like, how does this work? What's working,
you
what's
deconstruct it in a weird way, even though, even though your advice, I'll be like, well, he's wrong on that, but at least you got me churning on it. It's like, you're right, that's actually an angle I hadn't looked at before.
Yeah,
so
I've also written a lot of stuff like in film school, and I wrote a whole film script with my friend. He had the premise, and I basically wrote it, and I made sure that the scenes worked and the dialogue, and it was pretty funny. It had a lot of good stuff in it and stuff like that. So
so that's the idea. And I'm not even saying I'm even that funny. Who knows? We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out what improv is like. I don't know what to expect. I've been reading book. I got the UCB book. I got another one. These how-to. But it's just like comedy. You can read all you want in the book, but until you actually do it.
It's like this.
Yeah, that's like reading a book on how to rob a bank. Until you rob a bank, you don't know what to expect.
The stand-up comedy, you have to do it in front of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Which
can't.
somebody should write a book on how to rob a bank. They should call it it's How to Rob a Bank. Yeah. There's your improv prompt. So you wrote a book on how to rob a bank. Have you ever robbed a bank? No. And then mayhem ensues from there.
Oh my God. Yeah. Every time I think of rob a bank, when I was in film school, we got this. We had this footage of a bank robbery, and so we'd edit the bank robbery footage.
I'm picturing like the old black and white ones where they're wearing the black masks and then it's all sped up, like an 8mm camera, and everything's moving fast like an old Monkeys video.
No, this was there were like 3 people. They pull up in a van, they put on ski masks, and then they go into the bank and they rob it and stuff like that. So you got all these shots and bits of footage, and it's up to you to kind of stitch it together the way that you want to.
Yeah.
There was also one where it was like a medical thing where they're in an operating room, and
Yeah.
So you get the footage and then you make of it what you will, based on your editing choices. What scenes you use, what scenes you don't use, how you put it together, what the timing is. Because that's the whole other thing when you're doing editing. Editing comedy is a thing.
Oh yeah.
Some people can't do it, but because when you're doing it, it's all about timing.
Yeah.
And if you're a musician, you can kind of do it. And if you have the sensibilities, you can do it. Because when you get down to it, holding something for a second, that's a long time. A second or even a few frames, too long or too short,
They can make or break it.
makes or breaks it.
Yeah.
It's nuts. But boy, it's fun. It's a good time.
Well, speaking of which, we got to go. We
going now?
got another pod to film. We got work to do. We got to get back in the tool shed, and we got work to do.
Aren't you going to do, didn't you have a segment you want to do?
Well, I'll save it till next week. We'll save the last segment. Well, I can make an appearance with big dung glasses if you want. The last segment of...
While you put the glasses on, I just want to give a shout out to Scott Jarzonski.
Oh, Scotty J.
Is that Scotty J?
That's Scotty J, my old singer.
He's all over the comments.
He wrote some from the last
He's
episode?
all over the comments.
Oh, yeah,
He loves
he's a
the show.
doo-doo head.
Yeah, he loves the show. I just want to give him a shout out. I don't know him.
He's a good egg. Yeah, you got to meet Scotty J. Yeah, he's a good egg.
Yeah, so yeah, I was checking out the videos, and sometimes I see the comments, the notifications push through and stuff like that. And sometimes they're comments on the DooCast, and sometimes they're on the Shlicketty DooCast.
Yeah.
And I love seeing the comments, because that means people are actually watching, and it's very gratifying.
That is cool.
So I just want to give a shout out.
People are tuning in, yeah. And he's the original doo-doo head. Back when it was barely anybody, he was in the first 100s.
Was he?
Yeah.
Nice.
He didn't comment back then, but he was the first watchers. I remember, him tuning in, and so he's the OG doo-doo head.
Nice.
Yeah, he's Papa Doo-doo head, Papa Doo-doo. Yeah, he should get like a big bishop's hat,
Yeah, really.
with a pile of plastic turd taped to it, and a giant bishop's hat.
A giant bishop's hat that says farts.
Yeah. Lord Bishop, Lord Farts.
Lord Potts, Bishop Potts.
All right, we're out. Yeah, next week I'll do it. I got 2 more to go for things that rednecks invented. And that's why I have big dumb glasses here. So we'll see you next week, kids. And tune in to the Flickr review and buy some merch. God damn it!
Oh yeah, I'll put the link up on the screen. Go buy some merch. It's fun. We got T-shirts, long sleeve, short sleeve, sweatshirts, hats, Mr. Furley bag, Lucky
Mouse
Juarez,
pad.
mouse pad. Got Lucky Juarez merch.
I like the Lucky Juarez. Yeah, I'm gonna buy one for myself.
Yeah, and Aaron's going to be adding more
Something.
Yeah, more products as
There's coffee mugs too. Flickety review coffee mugs
Yeah,
too.
the coffee mugs. Yeah, Shlicketty DooCast merchandise. First.
Yeah, I didn't want to go crazy with that because I wasn't sure how the show was going to hang in there, but I think it's going to hang in there.
Yeah, so you can drink your favorite beverage out of the Shlicketty DooCast mug as you're watching.
Yeah, coffee and Bailey's. There we go.
Or either the movie or the show.
All right, we out, yo.